I use my
I
phone
have-
clock. I got 6:55. What do you have?
That's what I have.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be live any second here.
Has everyone made their hair cutting appointments?
Mhm.
I have.
Me too. Me too. Well, I already had one scheduled, so they're honoring those that were already scheduled.
My hair is so long and gray. It's unbelievable.
Mine's just shaggy, all out and gray, but I'm not coloring it. I'm keeping the gray.
I know. I'm debating myself.
You know, it just is my hair. I've always had really thick hair, and it started thinning out. Not doing it.
Yeah.
Who would like to lead the pledge tonight? Any volunteers? Everybody raise their hand at once. Mr.
Chad
Johnson, you
raising
can lead?
Chad is
Yeah, I can-
volunteering.
Chad?
Yes.
I think, I just feel so out of place sitting down. I think we ought to stand.
It works for me.
Yeah, I just kind of feel out of place sitting down.
All right, now I have on pajama pants because I didn't think we were going to stand anymore.
Gary, you're cracking me up.
Shirt. I'll make sure I stay
I don't
hidden.
know about that.
Oh,
Just
Are
go
you
like
serious?
this.
Yeah,
Good
there you
look,
go.
Mark.
That's a good look.
I'll have to watch my camera, make sure it doesn't. I mean, I have on a nice pink shirt.
Sorry about that, Jerry.
You can do a test run right now and I'll tell you.
That's a good idea. Oh,
Cliff,
no,
you have your own-
work.
You're
You're
good.
fine.
What was that?
I said you have your own flag now.
Yeah, I'll just turn around and face it.
Yeah.
Background, yeah.
I think if who wants to lead, if we let Chad go ahead and lead that, everybody can just listen because it kind of gets garbled. If everybody
Yes.
says it's okay.
Yeah.
All
Gonna
right.
take the
But I think we will
prayer Since Mr. Gross is.
Pardon me? What'd you say, Cherry?
Who's gonna say the prayer?
I'll say the invocation.
We have time for that?
Pardon me?
Do we have time for that?
Yeah, we got plenty of time for that.
Yeah.
No, you just never give the preacher the microphone like that.
I promise not to take a text. I won't take a text.
Okay.
I got 6:58.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm looking at my phone watch.
Oh, yeah.
Who we missing? It's coming.
Oh my gosh, Mark.
Somebody's got to watch clicking.
I'm on.
I have 7 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Everybody ready?
Ready.
Council will come to order. Today's date is May the 11th, 2020. Time now is 7 p.m. This is our regular council meeting. We want to welcome all council members and also welcome our Zoom audience. I'd ask the clerk please to call the roll.
Andrews,
Here.
Mr. Gross asked to be excused. He's not feeling well. Johnson,
Here.
Mishler,
Here.
Moore,
Here.
Salmons,
Here.
Turner.
Here.
Do I have a motion to excuse Mr. Gross?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Joe motion.
All right, it's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second. Salmons.
All right. Clerk, call the roll.
Andrews,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mishler,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Salmons,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
Mr. Gross is excused. Councilman Johnson will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd ask that you let him quote it, and we will stand and remain standing for the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please bow your heads with me. Eternal and gracious God, our Father, we thank you for this day that we can come to conduct the business that has been set before us. Let us do it with all justice and all with what is right. We ask it in your precious and holy name. Amen. You may be seated. Council should have received minutes of April the 27th, 2020. Are there any questions, corrections, deletions, or additions?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Mr. Johnson moves to accept. Is there a second?
I'll second. Mr.
Who was
Moore.
that? Mr. Moore? Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Andrews,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mishler,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Salmons,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
April 27 minutes, 2020 are accepted. We have on our agenda time for any questions. Clerk, have you received anything from the public?
I have not.
Okay. Are there any reports of standing committees? If not, we'll have the mayor's report.
Hey, I'm wearing my my fire helmet and my goggles here. Last week was International Firefighters Day. Wanted to honor all the first responders. I know it was Teacher Appreciation Day. This week's finishing up Nursing Appreciation Week. Just wanted to thank all the first responders, all the people, all the restaurant workers, the people in the stores who have been through this without mask, with mask, social distancing. Plus, I think it makes me look more beautiful. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it makes me look more beautiful. Makes me look like I have a full head of hair. Just want to thank all the first responders. And like I stated in the committee meeting, Pay Manus is coming to fruition, so we will have card payment available to utility customers. I wanted to amend the ordinance for the Historic Preservation Commission, add a couple individuals I think would be beneficial to that commission. I want to thank property owners for keeping up on mowing and making their property tidy, making our community beautiful. Once again, if you see a property that needs some help, if you can talk to your neighbors, I know sometimes it's not possible to just say, hey, like, why is your grass so high? You know, mower broke. I mean, you want to use mine. I know sometimes neighbors aren't friendly and people hate each other, but it could, just be as simple as, hey, my mower's in the shop and like, could I use your mower? Like, I'll buy you some gas. Or if that doesn't work, then you can reach out to the city of Coshocton.com and fill out the form on there. And Mr. Corder will definitely take care of it. He sends letters and he communicates with people, and we try our best to do everything as far as citizens' needs. But if you can, you really don't need the government if you can just communicate. And sometimes that's hard and sometimes that's simple. So I just would appreciate if you would reach out. And if you can't do that, then definitely get your local government involved, and we'll tell your neighbor to mow their grass. If you don't want us to come clean it up and you don't want that money put on your taxes, then simply do what you need to do and mow your grass and clean up your property. And that would be greatly appreciated by the residents and the administration of the city of Coshocton. Also, you know, just in dealing with funding, we're just day to day and where we stand, we're running pretty lean. I know a lot of times people don't think that we're running lean, and as far as our staff, public works staff does great. We have, you know, basically 6 people out on 65 miles of roads that are in charge of streets and potholes and storm basins and just day to day keeping our city moving. So just would like to thank council and the city of Coshocton for making this place a great place. And we did have momentum coming into COVID, and we'll have momentum going out of COVID. So I am really hopeful and grateful and ready to get things moving, but remain safe, social distance, stay 6 feet apart. But you can still smile even when you're 6 feet apart. So I want to thank everyone, and if you have any questions, I will definitely answer them for you.
Are there any questions for the mayor? Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for that report. Service and Safety Director report.
As we discussed in the committee meeting, mowing cemeteries, mowing along the sides of roads, weeding the guardrails is taking some precedent of our work right now, along with patching of the potholes. As weather permits, we're now able to get some hot mix. So you'll see the guys out and about a lot patching holes, and we're beginning to work on some alleys as well. Like we said, all the plants are back to normal staffing, normal operations, practicing all the rules and regulations that's come out with COVID to keep our people safe. Still waiting on final EPA approval for the EPA part of the funding for the West Lafayette project. And one thing I did not mention, we worked with the Coshocton High School last week. They'll be having a parade on May 22nd at 7 p.m. They'll start lining up at the high school for all the seniors at 6:30 on May 22nd. We'll do it upright. We'll have a fire truck and probably a sheriff's car or two. And I'm sure the mayor and I will have a Chevy Tahoe in there as well. And we'll be going from the high school down Cambridge Road to 7th, then down Main Street all the way to Stewart Field. So just something these seniors kind of got ripped off, as I'm sure Michelle knows well. So hopefully people will decorate their cars up and people come out and wish the seniors good luck with their future endeavors. But it's just something little maybe we can do with the high school to make the day special for them. So that's all I have. Any questions?
Any questions for the service director? Thank you, sir. Law director's report.
I have nothing tonight unless there's questions.
Is there any question for the law director? Being none, we'll move right along. The auditor's report.
Good evening. In the committee meeting, I left off one date for the detailed check report and then and nows. I thought I was, and Sherry messaged me, and I actually had emailed those to you. So you also have April 29th detailed check report and the then and nows. If there's any questions on those or the cash statement, just let me know and I can answer. And if not, they just need to be approved in the minutes.
Are there any questions for the auditor? If not, I'd entertain a motion to accept those in the minutes.
I'll make a motion, we accept as presented.
Been moved by Ms. Selman. Is there a second? Ms.
Commissioner,
Andrews?
Second.
I saw two fingers go. Ms. Andrews is second. All right.
Yes, I'll second.
All right. Anything further? Clerk, call the roll.
Andrews,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mishler,
yes,
Moore. Moore,
Can't hear you, Mr. Moore.
How about now? Yes.
Salmon,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
All right, then it is adopted and they will be added to the minutes. Property Code Inspector Report. Any report, Mr. Corder?
You should have received my report and email today. If you have any other questions, I'll be glad to try and answer them.
Are there any questions for the code inspector? All right, then we'll move along into introduction of ordinances. We have one tonight for a first reading. I would ask the clerk to read for the first reading 22-20.
appropriations,
You've heard the first reading for 22-20. Are there any questions or discussion?
I'll make a motion, we suspend the rules and give it a second reading by Salmons.
It's been moved to suspend. Is there a second?
I'll second. Moore.
Mr. Moore seconds. Anything further? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Andrews,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mishler,
yes,
Moore,
Yes.
Salmons,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
I would ask the clerk to give a second reading to ordinance 22-20.
appropriations,
You've heard the second reading of 22-20. Are there any questions or discussion?
Mishler moves to suspend the rules and give it another reading.
Mishler moves to suspend. Is there a second?
Johnson will second.
Mr. Johnson, second. Anything further? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Andrews,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mishler,
Yes,
Moore,
Yes.
Salmons,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
I'd ask the clerk to give a third reading of 22-20.
appropriations,
You've heard the third reading of 22-20. Are there any questions or discussion? Being none, the question is, shall you pass this ordinance? Clerk, please call the roll.
Andrews,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mishler,
yes,
Moore,
Yes.
Salmons,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
22-20 is adopted. Thank you. There is no second reading legislation, no third readings. There are no resolutions. Is there any old business?
yes, Mishler.
Mr. Mishler?
Last meeting, we tabled the one appropriation. Jackie, did you have a chance to connect with Ann? And if so, what were her responses?
Yeah, I left her a message again today, so I'm hoping they're closed. I'm hoping I can make connection with her. So I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Any other old business? Any new business? Are there any communications from council? Communications from the clerk?
would
Any
you like for me
communications
to,
from- Yes, go ahead.
Would you like for me to go over the reports that have been emailed to council so I can put it in the minutes?
That's fine.
Okay, the mayor's report was emailed out May the 7th. Property code investigator, May the 11th. Public Works Department, May the 6th. Income tax on the 30th. That's all I have.
All right, those reports will be adopted into the minutes. Thank you. Anything further? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Johnson. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Moore?
Moore, second.
Yes, second by Mr. Moore. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Yes.
Andrews,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Mishler,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Salmons,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
We are adjourned. I want to thank everybody for their participation this evening. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cliff.
Bye.
Night.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Stay safe.